My name is Parker Joe, and I'm with Social Services. I need police and paramedics. I had a female DOA. I'm your social worker, and you got a daughter who needs to get to school on time.
Stop prying into my family.
I'm trying to keep Ashley from being taken away from you.
There might be a real score.
Take care of business.
We're going in there for the money and the drugs.
Hi, Maria.
Hi, how are you, Michele? Welcome
Very
to
well.
Cine.com. The movie, I think it offers a complex vision, I think, of compassion, humanity, and redemption. Is that okay?
Oh, I think that's perfectly said. That's definitely, the ingredients we had in the pot that we were trying to stir.
All the actors shine in this movie. How was working with this dream cast?
Well, they all really got along well, and they helped to contribute, in the sense that they were generous with their own abilities in terms of sharing like what they were approaching with characters. And it really made my job a lot easier because it became a point of discovery. Like how can we take what's on the page and build even further from there, to find truth and just specific tones of like humanity in their characters.
And of course, we're talking about this like an action movie, a thriller, but it also involves a lot of feelings. And I think it's a drama at the end because all the characters has a past, has their own demons, right?
Yeah, well, the way I've been describing it is, that there's complex morality in this movie, right? So there are good guys, there are bad guys, but for all the characters, I prefer to think they exist kind of in the middle of that, in like the shade of gray, which is kind of how people are in general. That nobody's entirely good or entirely bad. So if you find what makes them human, that's kind of when you're watching what you can assimilate and understand in terms of making them real.
After doing this is their second feature, of course, movie. After doing Agony, how was the experience doing this feature?
Well, Agony was agonizing, but that was a very different type of film, different genre. And, I was working with overseas in Italy. And so it was a whole different kind of kit and caboodle. This one, it came together very quickly, which is rare in my experience of working in general in Hollywood. And because everyone was so excited, ultimately, we had just a lot of fun making it, even though it doesn't look like necessarily a fun movie because of its tone and stuff. But it really was a great experience.
But you co-wrote it, right?
That's right. Yeah. It was a script that our producer had. And then he basically told me, look, if you can rewrite this and we like where it's at, we can go ahead and start casting. So I basically went ahead and started what they call a page one rewrite and just kind of gutted it, added a ton of extra characters, rewrote all the dialogue. And, from there, because it's a genre piece, I just was looking in a window that would personalize it, that, I felt like I could see myself, or at least part of my experience in it,
But the action is so loaded too. They put on the edge of your seat all the time, right?
Well, you know what? I'm not a gun fan. I really don't like the NRA at all either, and I'm not into violence. However, I will tell you, when they take out guns and start firing them on a set, it is a little bit of fun.
So, just to finish, Michele, why we should see this movie?
Well, I think that, the movie is a fun ride, but simultaneously, I think it tells us a little bit about ourselves and the world we live in these days. I like to believe the movie has a lot to do with family, complicated decisions, social topics that we're all aware of, but ultimately is a story about redemption and, just learning to be comfortable with who we are and forgiving ourselves for our past. And ultimately, it's about community. So coming out of this crazy year with this virus and everything, it just seems like, the world's in need of some healing. And I like to think that's the message that the film delivers at the end.